Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. I went to the gas station to make sure I kept a full tank. I went inside. I had to go inside because the outside pump said, please come inside. And I'm like, what is going on now? So I go inside, and my card doesn't work. And the young lady was like, well, maybe we may have to run your card 3 times, and if it doesn't work after 3 times, I'll go to the other one because our equipment hasn't been working. Because after the storm, everything has been really different. Anyway, the young man behind me says, "You smell so good. You're wearing the same fragrance my mama wears." I was laughing to myself because I was wearing my nightgown and a jacket, and I planned on going inside. Anyway, our power finally came back on, so it worked. And it worked. The reason why it wasn't working, the card wasn't working, wasn't me. It was the fact that I had stored up so many points. You can only go so many gallons. You can only get so many gallons on the kind of points that I had accrued. So I think my gas was like a dollar a gallon or something. Anyway, um, so I get my gas and go home, and we finally got power back yesterday. We don't have any internet or phone service at all, and you realize how reliant we are on technology. The technology for the gas, the technology for the car to work, the technology to make a phone call. To make a phone call. I mean, I couldn't plug into the Ethernet because that wasn't working. The hard line to it was not out. Was out, and so it's like, okay, I'll sit down and read. And then I realized, I looked and saw my notebook sitting there looking at me like, you got a book to write. So I started writing. um I'm hearing from a lot of people who are doing what my mother called worration, and I now understand worration to be using your imagination to worry. You're imagining things that have not happened to you and worrying about what could happen to you based on what is happening to somebody else. In Storyland, we call that, in story science, we call that centering yourself in someone else's story. I have friends right now who are locked into areas that where roads have washed out. I have friends who we haven't been able to connect with them. I have loved ones who are still without power, and food and water. And I am using my energy to send the love and the light and the hope and the peace to them. I'm I've got a tank of gas. I'm at somebody else's house right now to send this message out. I'm able to move about and do what needs to be done, and so are most of you. But what's happening is people are spreading fear that they don't even experience, that they're not even under, that they're not even going through. Let's use whatever we have within us to shine a light of hope, of peace, of calm, of restoration. And if not, do what my mother would say: wait until you can tell a better story. I love you.